Money. We use it every single day, right? But how many of us really truly understand how it works? Well, let's fix that. Welcome to your 5-minute guide to finally mastering the basics of money. I mean, think about it for a second. Through all your years in school, did anyone ever sit you down and teach you about budgeting, or investing, or how to handle debt? If you're shaking your head no, you are definitely not alone. And this isn't just a small problem. It's huge. Just look at that number. Nearly 3/4 of students are basically pushed out into the world to figure out things like credit cards and student loans all on their own. It's a massive gap in our education, and honestly, it sets people up for a lifetime of just guessing with their finances.
So if you've ever felt lost or stressed out about money, I want you to hear this loud and clear. It is not your fault. But, and this is the exciting part, taking control of your financial future, that is 100% in your hands.
And that is exactly what we're gonna do right now. No confusing Wall Street jargon, no charts that make your head spin. Just 3 simple, powerful rules that can literally change everything. Let's start with the absolute foundation.
All right, rule number 1, control your cash. You have to think of it this way. You can't build a strong house on a shaky foundation. It all begins with one simple thing, knowing exactly where your money goes each month.
And one of the easiest ways to get a handle on that is the 50-30-20 rule. It's a super simple framework. Basically, 50% of your take-home pay goes to your absolute needs. We're talking rent, utilities, food, that kind of stuff. Then 30% is for your wants. You know, the fun things like going out to eat or your hobbies. And that last 20%, that goes straight to your financial goals.
Now that 20%, that is where the magic really happens. This is what we call the pay yourself first principle. Before you pay your landlord, before you pay for Netflix, you pay your future self. And the best way to make sure this actually happens is to automate it. Just set up a transfer to move that 20% to a savings or investment account the moment your paycheck hits. That way, saving isn't an afterthought. It's a bill you pay to yourself first every single time. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. You could have a huge salary and still be broke. Real wealth comes from the gap between what you earn and what you spend. It's not about what you make, it's about what you keep and what you put to work for your future.
Which brings us right to rule number 2, build your future. Okay, so once you're in control of your cash flow, the next step is to make that cash start working for you, so it can grow into something way, way bigger over time.
The secret sauce behind this is something called compound interest. Einstein supposedly called it the 8th wonder of the world. All it means is that your interest starts earning its own interest. It creates this incredible snowball effect. Just to give you an idea, if you start investing just $100 a month when you're 25, you could end up with over $500,000 by retirement. But if you wait just 10 years and start at 35, you'd have less than half that. That's the mind-blowing power of time.
And here's the neat little trick to see that power in action. It's called the Rule of 72. It gives you a rough idea of how long it takes your money to double. I mean, just look at the difference here. At a 4% return, it takes 18 years. But at 12%, it takes only 6. The return you get can seriously fast-track your journey to financial freedom. Now, to make your money grow, you have to understand this one simple game-changing difference between an asset and a liability. Forget all the complicated accounting terms. It's this simple. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. That's it. That's the whole definition.
The entire game of building wealth is just this. Use your income to buy assets that generate more income. We're talking about things like rental properties, stocks that pay you dividends, maybe a business you own. Now, by this definition, your personal car or even the house you live in are usually liabilities because they are constantly taking money out of your pocket. The goal always is to build up that asset column. And that leads us perfectly to the final rule, which is all about tackling the biggest thing that stops people from buying assets. Rule number 3, master your debt. You simply cannot build a strong financial future if you are chained to your past. Now, there are 2 main ways people do this. First, you've got the debt snowball. That's where you focus on paying off your smallest debts first. You get these quick, psychological wins that keep you fired up. Then there's the debt avalanche. This one is all about math. You attack the debt with the highest interest rate first, which saves you the most money in the long run. The best method? It's the one you'll actually stick with.
Because honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which one you choose. What matters is that you pick one, you commit to it, and you just stay consistent. That's how you get out of the hole and win the game against debt.
So let's bring this all together. Controlling your cash, building your future, mastering your debt, it all really boils down to one simple but incredibly powerful mindset shift. You have to go from thinking like a consumer to thinking like an owner.
And this quote just says it all. A consumer sees a dollar and asks, what can I buy with this? But an owner sees a dollar and asks, how can this dollar go out and earn me another dollar? When you spend money, you're not just losing that dollar, you're losing all the future dollars it could have earned for you.
So it really all comes down to you. You have the 3 rules. You know the mindset. The question is no longer if you can do this. It's what are you going to do next? What is the very first income-producing asset you are going to focus on building starting today? Because your entire financial future begins with that one decision.